Hi, and welcome to Lamplighter Podcast. My name is Rebecca, and this is my squirrel friend, Momo.
Hello, kids!
We have an exciting story for you today. In each of our stories, we are going to learn about one virtue. A virtue is anything that is good and right and true. Virtues are like little lights that shine bright and beautiful in a story. So, are you ready? Come and listen while we light the way to your imagination. Hi kids, and welcome back! Today we're going to be learning about a wonderful virtue, the virtue of friendship.
Friendship? Oh, I love friendship! I have some really great friends. There's Yuki the rabbit. She likes to play hide and seek. And there's Sammy the reindeer. He lets us ride on his back. And there's Dolores the sparrow. She gave me 2 acorns for my last birthday.
Wow, sounds like you have some pretty good friends, Momo. I have some wonderful friends too, and I bet our listeners have many as well. Friendship is super special. In our story today, we are going to meet a character who really wishes that he had a friend.
What? He doesn't have a friend? I thought everyone had friends.
Not everyone. Let me tell you the story of a very lonely robot. Imagine a future where there were robots that were programmed to do all the chores for us humans. There would be robots who cook, robots who brush teeth, robots who shop, robots who open the fridge, and even robots who pick up toys. Each robot would have one job, and they would do that job perfectly, over and over and over again, all day, every day, whenever it was needed. This is exactly the world that a robot named TR4 lived in. A world where robots and people lived side by side. TR4 was programmed to do one job, operating the kitchen trash in his human family's house. He would sit on his little wheels next to the trash can all day, and whenever someone needed to throw trash away, he quickly opened the trash lid, then shut it again when they were done. This is what he did most of the day. Open, close, open, close. But then, about once a day, when the trash got full to the top, he would roll forward on his wheels and use his long metal arms to lift the trash bag out, tie it up, and roll it into the garage to throw it in the large trash bin. Then he would roll back, replace the trash bag, and sit again, waiting until someone needed the trash can opened. TR4 didn't remember anything else but living in this house and having this job. He did his job well, and yet he always felt a little lonely. Of course, there were lots of other robots in the house. The chef robot who cooked all the food, the floor robot who cleaned the floors, the plant robot who watered and trimmed the plants. But none of them ever spoke with TR4. Often the house was very quiet, since the adult humans went to work and the children humans went to school. So TR4 would look around, trying to talk to some of the other robot workers. But they were more interested in doing their jobs, not talking or playing with TR4. He wished, during the long, lonely hours of the day, that somebody would talk to him. One morning, the humans came rushing out of their rooms to get ready for a busy day. All the robots were working fast to help them. The chef robot was cooking breakfast. The coffee robot was making everyone's coffee the way they liked it. The clothes robots were finding shoes and coats. And the hair robots were brushing and styling everyone's hair. And of course, TR4 was very busy opening and closing the trash. Finally, the human family rushed out the door and into their car, leaving for the busy day. The house was quiet again, and all the robots began to clean up, wiping counters, scrubbing dishes, starting laundry. They wanted the house nice and clean before the humans returned. TR4's trash can was full, so he pulled it out, tied it up, and rolled it into the garage to throw it in the big trash bin. He was surprised to see that, in their hurry, the humans had forgotten to shut the garage door. Usually the garage was dark and quiet, but now the sun was shining brightly and he could hear the birds singing. His robot eyes opened wide. He had never been outside. He rolled over to the big trash bin and threw his trash bag in. But instead of going right back to the kitchen, he rolled closer towards the outside. He wanted to just see a little bit more of the outside world. He stopped and watched the breeze as it blew through the trees. Oh, he wished he could go out and explore, but that wasn't his job. So he turned around and began to slowly roll back towards the kitchen. What was that? That didn't sound like a robot. Perhaps his humans had made a new robot that he hadn't met yet.
Hello? Who is there? Are you a robot?
Perhaps his humans had made a new robot that he hadn't met yet? He turned again and started to roll towards the outside. He could hear something in the bushes near the side of the house. He slowly peeked his head around the corner and saw a small, furry puppy behind the bush. He had never seen a real puppy before. This little guy looked very scared and tired.
Hello, puppy. Did my humans buy you? Do you belong here? I don't think so. I don't have no family, but a big scary dog chased me over here. I don't really know where I am anymore.
Then the puppy started to sniff.
Oh, what is that smell? That smells so good.
His tail began to wag a little as he closed his eyes and sniffed the smells of leftover breakfast.
That is our humans' food. It is gone,
said TR4. The puppy looked sad again and his tummy began to grumble.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I sure am hungry right now. I haven't eaten in 2 days. It's hard to find yummy food when you don't have a family.
TR4 could hear the sounds of the robots cleaning and working inside the house. He knew that he should get back to his job too before anyone got mad with him. He wished he could help this puppy, but he only had one job and he needed to stick to it.
I am sorry, puppy. Goodbye, puppy. I need to go back to work now.
He turned around and began to roll away. He kept feeling like he should turn back, invite the puppy in, but he had to finish his job. When he had put a new trash liner in, he sat in his usual spot next to the trash can again.
Where is that smell coming from?
TR4 jumped at the voice, then looked down and saw that the puppy was sitting by his feet, looking hungrily up at the kitchen counter.
How did you get here?
Exclaimed TR4.
Oh, I just followed you in, of course. I like you, and I like this home, and the food just smells so good. Do you think you could get some food for me? I sure am hungry.
TR4 looked around. Most the other robots were already in their resting spots, recharging. The only robot still moving was the sink robot, who was methodically cleaning the dishes. TR4 knew that none of these robots would care if he gave this puppy food. All they cared about were their jobs. He remembered all the lonely times when he had wished these house robots would talk to him, and how nobody had ever wanted to. And now, here was a nice puppy talking to him. A tiny spark lit up inside his heart, and he smiled at the puppy.
I can find you food, puppy.
As the little dog happily ate some leftover scrambled eggs, he talked and talked, between bites, of all his adventures in the outside world. TR4 loved hearing about places and people outside this house. Normally his day was so quiet and lonely. Well, he certainly didn't feel lonely with this puppy. When the little dog was finished eating, he laid down.
Oh, that was so good. I'm so full I don't think I'll be able to move for a week. Oh, look, a ball!
Quick as a flash, the puppy hopped up from the floor and ran over to a toy bin where there was a small blue ball sitting on top.
Oh boy, I've always wanted to play fetch. Can you throw the ball to me, please? Please, please, please.
Now, TR4 didn't know what to do. The puppy was all the way in the living room looking up at the blue ball excitedly. But TR4 had never crossed over into the living room. He always had to stay in the kitchen, next to the trash.
Please, please, oh please, fetch is the best. I know you'll like it. Come on.
TR4 began to smile again, watching the puppy jump around. It did sound like fun to throw the ball, to do something different, something fun. He slowly began to roll away from the trash and towards the puppy. The puppy began running in circles, excited to play fetch with his new friend. And that's exactly what they did. TR4 threw the ball, and the puppy would happily chase it. After a while, they went out to the front yard to play. TR4 and the puppy were laughing and playing, enjoying the sunshine of a beautiful day. All the other robots in the house watched them curiously. They were too serious to go join the fun, but they did feel happy for TR4, knowing about how he had longed for a friend his whole life.
What is he doing? We don't understand. Robots don't need to have such fun. We don't need to. We like to sit and do our jobs, but he was really wanting someone to play and have fun with him. I guess that he found a friend. We don't need to join them, but we're really glad. I guess TR4 won't be so sad, because he has found a friend. Because he has found a friend. Yes, TR4 won't be so sad, because he has found a friend.
Soon, the puppy was so tired that he went inside, curled up, and slept. TR4 went back to his trash to rest and recharge. He had never before known what it was like to play and have fun. He wished with all his heart that this puppy could stay here forever. The house was quiet again as everyone rested. The only sound was the clock tick-tocking, until all of a sudden the humans walked through the door. TR4 jumped and looked at the little puppy, who had also woken up at the sound. What would his humans think when they saw a dog in their home? What if they got angry? What if the puppy had to leave? TR4 knew he couldn't let that happen, not to his new friend. He had to try to make them see that this was a kind puppy who needed a home. He slowly began rolling towards the puppy. Nobody had noticed the quiet dog yet, but they did notice their trash robot rolling across the living room floor.
Mommy, look! TR4 is in the living room. How funny! What is he doing? Oh!
The human girl who had been watching him just noticed the puppy. And then everyone noticed. They were all watching, mouths open, as TR4 began petting the puppy. The puppy began licking his hand happily. Then TR4 got the blue ball and began to play fetch with his new friend. The humans were shocked at first, but then they began to laugh. They laughed and laughed. "Well, imagine that," said the dad human. "Our trash robot and a puppy playing together, and I thought I had seen everything." Then the two human kids decided that they wanted to play with the puppy too. Everyone began to fall in love with the little furry dog, and in the end, they decided to keep him forever. TR4 was so excited to have a friend living in the house with him. But the best part of all was that the humans decided to change TR4's job. Instead of a trash robot, they made him into a dog care robot. Now his new job was to take care of the family's puppy. He would fill up the food and water bowls when they were empty, brush him and bathe him when he needed it, and of course he played with him whenever he wanted. TR4 and the puppy never felt lonely again after that. They had found a friend in each other.
I'm so happy he found a friend. Even though there were so many other robots around him, he still didn't have anyone who wanted to play with him until that cute puppy came along.
That's right. TR4 was lonely until he found a friend. And that is what our virtue is today. Friendship. Friendship is when you trust and love someone so much that you want to be with them. Friends like to laugh, talk, and play together. Friends are kind to each other and are quick to say sorry and forgive if they hurt each other. Some people like to have lots of friends, and some people like to just have one or two good friends. But one thing's for sure, having a trusted friend can make everyone a happier person.
Or a happier animal. I know my friends make me happy. And I think I make them happy too because they always laugh at my silly tricks.
Do you know who's one of my friends, Momo?
Yuki the rabbit?
No.
Sammy the reindeer?
No.
Dolores the sparrow?
No, silly. You are my friend, Momo.
Aw, of course. You and I have been friends a long time, ever since you first shared that acorn with me in the woods.
That's right, and I'm glad I did. Before we end our show, let's finish with question time. Question 1. Who are some of your good friends? What do you like about each of those people? Question 2. What makes someone a good friend? All right, that's all for today, kids. We hope you all have an extra special time playing with your friends this week. Until next time! Thanks for listening to Lamplighter Podcast today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you liked our story, please leave us a review. It really helps other listeners find our stories. We also love to hear from our listeners. If you'd like to send us suggestions, comments, or tell us of times you practiced a virtue, please write us at lamplighterkids@gmail.com.